Hello. So today, when was it? Last Saturday, I went to the farmer's market and I bought these, and unfortunately I cannot remember the name of the variety of apple that I bought, and I'm really annoyed by that. And I should have written it down and I didn't, but this is a unique variety that I'd never tried before. And that's the cool thing about going to the farmer's market, is oftentimes you're going to get different varieties of produce than the ones that are standard at the grocery store. So just some small perks of going to the farmer's market. So I bought these 3 beautiful apples. There's something like blonde something or golden, I don't know. I don't remember, but anyway, they're really interesting to look at. I haven't seen an apple that looks like this actually before. So they said they were pretty much good for anything, and so we're going to use them in a apple cake. Now, I'm doing my own recipe. This is an adapted recipe from German Baking Today, and I'm kind of making it more Canadian by adding an apple crumble, or well, the apple is here and it will be in the cake, and then I'll add a crumble on top. So it will add just like a little extra crunchy sweet topping on the top of the cake, and that's what we're up to today. So buckle in, we have a lot of things to do, and I can't wait to get into these apples. So I'm actually not gonna, well, yeah, no, I am gonna do these first. First thing to do is make sure you have your apples peeled and cored, and we're gonna kind of like slice them in a Hasselback way, which is you have the piece of food. I used to do this with potatoes all the time when I was in the restaurant. You keep the bottom intact and you do slices along the top, and that is like, it helps it cook faster probably, and it adds like a little crunchiness when you're doing it with potatoes. I don't know, I think it just looks pretty when you do it with these apples. It is going to get covered up by the crumble, but who knows, maybe the crumble will sink down into the cake. I don't know how much it's going to cover it. It'll definitely get in between those little crevices in the apples. So I think it's just going to make for something really delicious. And so now I'm going to peel these, and make sure you have a bowl of water on the side to put your apples in, because they will turn brown and we don't really want that. So that's what I don't have. I have pretty much everything else. So I'm going to grab my bowl of water with some lemon in it, or vinegar, and then I'm going to start peeling these. Farmer's market, go down to the farmer's market, see what we can find. Okay, I guess people might not know how to peel and core an apple, so that's cool. So it's pretty easy. This is not the right tool for the job. This knife is not the right knife. Okay, turns out I don't have a paring knife, but it's like your really small knife, that's the one you need. What I'm going to use instead is the tip of this peeler, but then I'm going to use this Y-shaped peeler to actually peel them, because this kind of peeler isn't the best. I mean, if you're going to use this kind of peeler, you might as well peel them with a paring knife. So just gonna take out the top like this. Okay. That looks nice. You can take out the little bottom too if you want. Ta-da! I'll do that on all of these. Oh, these apples are so nice. Smell great. Oops, okay. Great. That's done. Okay, so now you're going to take your Y-shaped peeler and just, these have like a really strong, tough skin, which is kind of cool. They're almost potato-y in a way. And that makes me think that these would be a good variety if you were storing them for long periods of time. I'm just going to use this one to clean over around this area. Oh. Okay. Now we have our, oh, it's the density, the hardness of this apple is so cool. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it into quarters, and that's when I'm going to take the core out. So that's easy. You just take your knife and you make a couple cuts. And there. And there. Woo! And look, it flies out. And then get it into the water. And you're ready to go. I just put white vinegar in my water because I didn't want to open up that lemon, but apple cider would work, like apple cider vinegar, not just plain apple cider. Any vinegar, anything acidic. Okay, now speed round on the other ones. I know I said speed round, but don't like go too fast if you're new at using knives and peelers and stuff, because it's not, you know, you don't want it to be dangerous, could just go slow if you need to. Okay, wow, these fit absolutely perfectly inside this bowl. That's kind of lucky. Okay, clean up your area, and if you want to have a little snack, apple peels are yummy, yummy, and healthy for you. Okay, well, I'm actually going to save a couple to the side. They're so good. Okay. Now I'm gonna Hasselback these, and yeah, that's the next step. Okay, I need to sharpen this knife, so I'm not gonna use it anymore. I'm gonna use this one. I can go faster. This was a dud. I mean, I don't know what I'm thinking of that. Okay. Now, we're gonna do some slices, not all the way down. Okay? Leave this center part intact. Slice, slice, slice along the top. Hard to see. I think I may be going, my slice is a little too big, but it's very difficult to see. And you know, the first one, oops, oh, see, now you're gonna have a snack. Just like with kids, the first one doesn't really come out right. Oh, heartbreak. It's okay. Oh, this one I did? Yeah. This is like not very like pretty, but I think it will look nice once it's baked. And yeah, I think it will help the apple cook at a slightly faster rate. These are pretty dense apples, so it might need that. Snack. Okay, I'm just going to pull out the ones that I haven't done yet since I've done quite a few at this point. Okay. Everything else in there has been sliced. Okay. Now these are just gonna sit, hang out in here while we make our batter. I'm gonna get rid of this cutting board because I don't need it anymore. Okay, here we have 125 grams of butter. Regular butter, not European style butter. This is North American style butter. I actually don't know what the fat percentage in Mexican butter is, so, but anyway. That's nerdy. Now we're gonna add 127 grams of sugar. Okay. Oh, that wasn't actually supposed to be the way the recipe was. You're supposed to cream the butter first, but now I'm going to cream the butter and sugar together. And it recommends you use not just your bare hand, but I like to show everybody that you don't actually need a mixer all the time. You really want to make sure your butter is soft though, or you won't be able to do this by hand. And I'm gonna actually use this offset to kind of smush the butter in with the flour, because right now they're two separate. Okay. So as you work this, it's going to get warmer, and also the sugar is going to dissolve in the parts of the butter that aren't fat. So it'll get easier as you go. I can already see that it's lighter and airier, but it's not where it needs to be yet. Okay, we're getting there now. Okay, one more time. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like close up. Okay, it's coming out of the whisk a lot easier now. I'm not even really hanging on to the whisk anymore. And yeah, I guess I'm still filming. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, good. Okay, good. Oh my gosh, I'm just flinging this everywhere. But that's what happens when you use a stand mixer anyway, or a hand mixer. Okay, so this is creamed. And now I'm gonna add vanilla, which I have here. DIY vanilla, everybody, and you can do it too. I'm gonna add a whole tablespoon because I think this is my homemade vanilla. I think it's a little weak. It smells good though. Okay, vanilla. Zest of 1 lemon. Okay. Ta-da. And we're gonna mix that together. Now, you have to eat this a little bit because it's so good. Whoa, tastes like candy. Okay. Add a little salt. And a little more. And now we're going to add our eggs one at a time. These eggs also happen to be from the farmer's market, but this is an apple episode. Not recommended to crack them right into your bowl, but I'm doing that. I too like to live dangerously. Did I get shell in there? I actually think I did get some shell in there. Is that a shell? No, that's not a shell. That's a piece of butter. Okay. If you see any shell, just pick it out. Now, what I should have done is cracked one in and then mixed it, and then cracked another, and then mixed it, and then cracked another. But this is the way I'm doing it right now. Okay, it worked out. Look at that. Sometimes if you put too many eggs in with your butter and sugar, it can basically look like it's curdled, even though it's not actually curdled. The eggs don't ever mix properly into the butter. But because our butter was warm enough and our butter and sugar was creamed and had enough air in it, this mixed in very beautifully. It is actually kind of a little tiny bit curdly, but it doesn't matter. Now we're going to add 200 grams of flour. I'm going to measure it out in here. This bowl is not big enough. So I'm going to go 100 grams in, 100 grams in. Now I have to do math because I did 125. So then I'll do 100, 90, 80, 75. Okay, so this is 125 added in, and then I'll do one with 75. Was it 200? Yeah. Okay, 78, that's fine. Okay. And also on top of your flour, mix your baking powder. And then we're gonna kind of mix this in, and then we're gonna add our milk. And I think I'm gonna switch to a wooden spoon. Okay. Oh, it looks so pretty. I might show you. Okay, so this is a bit tight, as they say. So we're gonna loosen it up with some milk, 2 tablespoons of milk. We'll start with 1 tablespoon. And then mix it in, and then add another tablespoon. Beautiful. It smells lemony and vanilla-y. Okay, another tablespoon. And it said in the original recipe that it's supposed to kind of plop off the spoon. To me, this is not quite loose enough. I'm going to add another tablespoon of milk. Ploppy. Okay, let that sit for just a hot second because we're going to make our crumble. Don't let it sit too long. Don't run away from it. So here we have a 1/4 cup of rolled oats, and this is about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. This is 1/2 cup of flour. We're going to add some salt. Mix that up. And this is basically a stick of butter. This is 100 grams of butter. Perfect. Okay. You just work it together with your hands. You could use a fork if you are that kind of person, but no judgment. But I like to just work it together with my hands, and I think that's the traditional method. Okay. So your crumble is now made, and your hands are very tasty. And if you are gonna lick every finger, I would like go hide somewhere so nobody can see you, because it's a bit gross to look at. I'm gonna just rinse my hands in the sink. Okay. We've got our springform pan. This is a, I don't know, 7, I don't know how big it is, but it's this big. And now we're gonna add our our batter. And our oven is preheated and has been preheating. It's at 350. And I could have mentioned that before. Oh, this batter tastes so good with the lemon zest. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got the batter in the pan. I don't know if I should be like prepping this pan with anything like parchment or flour and butter, but I'm not gonna do it, and if it sticks, I guess I'll just eat it out of the pan. Okay. Get rid of that. So spread your batter out to the edge. Make sure it all gets in there. Great. I'm gonna keep this here. Now time for our apples. Some of them got a bit brown, that's okay. They're gonna be fine in the oven. So I'm just gonna nestle these down, and I'm gonna just nestle them all the way to the bottom. I'm using this to dry them off a little bit. Maybe that grosses some of you out. I hope not. But I'll just shake them now. I'm gonna try to pick up ones that are all the same size, and then the smaller ones go in the middle maybe. Let's see. Around, around. Oops, I'm getting water in there. That's probably not good, but that's okay. And, you know, I guess snuggle them pretty close to each other so that you can fit as many apples as possible. Pretty. Okay, so a half an apple we're not using. That's okay. Here's your apple cake. Okay? Now, just squish them all down, make sure there's batter around all of them. Now we're gonna take our crumble. Just make sure all the flour is mixed in, because the butter and the flour need to react, right? So if you have dry bits of flour, that's gonna just stay as flour. Okay. Now we're just gonna kind of smash it around. I'm gonna just lay it on top like this, like a disc, You know, normally you're supposed to kind of like crumble it in little bits, but it will do that to itself, I think, in the oven. Okay, now I'm gonna spread it out with this offset spatula. Okay, it has gone around all of our little apples, and the apples are still peeking out, which I really like since we spent all that time doing the little hassle backing. It would be a shame to have completely covered that up. Okay, now we're about to go in the oven, but I'll show you what it looks like before it goes in. Whoa, we have a cake. Ooh, it looks pretty. Oh, the apples seem cooked. I was worried about that. So, we're definitely gonna have to let this cool. The crumble on top looks really yummy. I'm really glad I added that. And yeah, this seems like it turned out really good. Okay, it's still warm to the touch. Probably I could wait a little longer, but personally, I cannot wait any longer. I can't wait to taste this. So what's cool, I really like using springform pans because you get to do this. Ta-da! And I took it out of the oven just in time because it looked like it was getting a little dark brown along the sides. Okay, and how do we take it off of this bottom thing? I could put it on a plate. So the warmer it is, the more fragile it's going to be. But yeah, I'm just going to tuck my knife in here. You could also use an offset spatula. And I'm just going to run it under the cake. And just try to make sure it's angled in a way where I'm not like cutting the cake. Like, yeah. I'm just loosening it. Okay. This is scary. This part is scary. I need something else. I need another big offset. This you also could have used to like run it around. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck this underneath and haha. Oh, it did get a little burned underneath. Good thing. Let's see. Doesn't taste burned. Okay. Great, so our cake is on the plate. Now we're going to cut a slice. I'm just going to cut all the way through. So that I can get a big slice. You know what? Might as well just portion this up. Okay, fantastic. This piece looks yummy. Whoa, look at the apples. And you can see the bottom a little bit dark brown. Sometimes that happens. Luckily, it doesn't really taste burned, so that's good. I forgot a fork, but look how pretty that looks. So pretty. Very cakey, and then you get the soft apple, and then you have a little apple crumble on top. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow. I'm gonna taste this burnt bottom first. Tiny bit burnt, but very, very, very slight. Wow, this is so good. The apples are like really juicy, and I'm really happy that I put the extra crumble on top because this cake is not very sweet, so the crumble is adding some definite sweetness to it. And the fact that we sliced the apples in that way makes this a lot easier to eat, which is really nice. I have this on the lowest rack in my oven. So next time I'll probably just put it in the middle, more in the middle. But all in all, super, super delicious. Really, that crumble top is really nice. This is good. This is really good. This is like a nice, it could be a dessert, but if you're in the mood for like a breakfast pastry on the weekend, would be so good with like, well, with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Really, really nice. The cake itself also, has a great crumb. The apples still have some chew, very slightly. So yeah, definitely middle rack, so that you, because it does take time to cook.